Welcome, welcome, welcome to another Revolution Sunday or Revolution Sundays with yours truly, A.G. Green. You know what to do, family. Tag, share, and text. Text, share, and tag. Tag, share, and text. Text, share, and tag. Let people know that Revolution Sundays is streaming live right now. Grand Rising to all of you, or whatever time of day it is. Grand Rising, my Chrissa, and to our resident therapist, and Linda. Grand Rising to everyone who's on tonight. Tag, share, and text. Text, share, and tag. Let people know that we are streaming live. We are so excited that you've joined us for another broadcast. We want to make sure that we give many likes and hearts. Of course, we're primarily on Facebook and in our Patreon community. Thank you so much. Tag, share, and text. Text, share, and tag. Let folks know that we are streaming. It's time to vibe with our tribe. I say it's time to vibe with our tribe. We're so thankful and grateful for this moment that has been granted to us. Great divine source, sustain of all. Thank you for your guidance today. Thank you for your love, enveloping us in it. Allow us to feel your love, to feel your presence, to feel how forthright you are with us. We thank you and bless you in this moment. As we are one with you, we operate in self-realization, self-actualization. Thank you for healing. Thank you for wholeness. Thank you for inner transformation. Thank you for wonderful alignment with you. And thank you for the Christ mind that operates in us every single day. And we bless you. We praise you for all that is transpiring in this moment and future moments. And we remember the example, the motto, the name, the way, the power, the consciousness of Yeshua. It is so, and so it is. Thank you again. Thank you again. Tag, share, text, text, share, tag. Let me know if you can see and hear me well, family. Let me know if you can see and hear me well. Philippians 4, I can do all things through Christ. Through the Christ mind, through Christ's energy that strengthens me. I can. I want you to type in the comment section, I can. Come on, type it in the comment section. I can. I can, I can, I can. Can is a powerful, empowering, motivating word. You've got to know that you know that you know that I can. Yes, I can face off against anything that appears in my life as opposition. I can master myself. I can master with the Christ mind, with Christ's help, my mind, will, and emotions. I can, with Christ's help, love myself in a healthy, thorough, detailed way. I can. That's it. Type it in the comment section. I can. I can. You've got to know that you know that you know. There are moments, family, in our lives where it feels like we are literally crawling to exist, or crawling into the next day, or crawling into the next moment. And we feel like that there's an impossibility in what we're facing. We feel like something is not possible. But we've got to know that we can. We've got to know that I can. I can, because Christ is my cosmic partner. I can, I can, I can. Ephesians chapter 3 says, now to him that is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we ask or think. It's according to the power that worketh in us. I want you to type in the comment section, I am powerful. As a matter of fact, don't just type it, speak it out loud. I am powerful. You are intrinsically interminably one with the Creator, the source and sustainer of all. You are a powerful, dynamic spiritual species that is connected to infinity, an unlimited God. You are not impotent, you are potent. And I want you to type with certainty and knowing that I am powerful. That's it. Come on, type it in the comment section. I am powerful. Creator, source, sustainer of all, we thank you that you have enabled us to walk in such divinity, to walk in such grandiosity of power. It's a privilege, it's an honor in knowing that you've delegated, in knowing that you've provided, in knowing that you are interconnected, in knowing that we are one with you, and we have been created to operate in dynamic fashion. I am powerful. I am powerful. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I say it again. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That you made us as a powerful, dynamic, spiritual species. Visit theaggreen.com. That's theaggreen.com. Keep up with what's going on in our world. And of course, we like to remind you of patreon.com/aggreennow. Thank you all who are members. Thank you all who are reading the articles and the content. Over 300 pieces of content right now on the site. And we've got a new blog series up. The biblical Jesus versus the historical Jesus. Which one is real? You should visit the site and educate yourself on that, along with other things that we have written for you and placed there for you as content to enhance your growth and your development. In case you haven't done it yet, like and subscribe on the various social media channels you see: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, and YouTube. I'm always delighted and excited to see members of our tribe show up and show out on those different sites. Thank you so much, family. It is such an honor and a privilege to be with you again. Revolution Sundays with yours truly. And guess what time it is? It's Praise and Gratitude Alert. Praise and Gratitude Alert. I want you to type at least one thing in the comment section that you give thanksgiving and praise to the Creator, source, and sustainer for in your life. At least one thing. I am giving praise and gratitude and thanksgiving for my mind. That's what I'm thankful for. I am thankful for my mind on today. Thankful for my mind on today. When you have a sound, healthy mind, you should be thankful. And I thank you, Source. I thank you, God. I thank you, Creator, for the faculties of the mind and their supreme operations, elite operations. I'm so thankful and grateful for the mind. Anybody else want to share what you're thankful for? Thank you to our resident therapist for commenting on the new blog series. I hope that people will read it with an open heart and an open mind and learn something. What else are you thankful for? What else are you thankful for? What else are you thankful for? Am I the only one who's thankful? What are you thankful for today? Let's see here. Supernatural, multidimensional being. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. Life. Yes. Yes, life. It is precious. It is meaningful. That is for sure. Let's see. My niece Gracie says she's thankful for her mama. Rennie is thankful that God keeps us safe. And Carly is thankful for being alive. My beautiful nieces, great nieces. And Hillary says she's thankful for peace. What a blessing it is. I love peace, family. It's immeasurable. There is no price tag that you can place on peace. There is no fixed value that you can attach to it. It is priceless. Thank you all. Anybody else want to share what you are thankful to the source, creator, sustainer for it on today? Anybody else? Anybody else? I'm so thankful and so grateful for all of you all here on today. Now I got to check in on you and see what you're eating and sipping. What are you eating and sipping? What are you eating and sipping? And how are you feeling? What are you eating and sipping? And how are you feeling? Okay, what are you eating and sipping? And how are you feeling right now? Of course, I have my mushroom coffee with some French vanilla creamer in it. That's what I'm sipping on right now. It's been a pretty interesting week, somewhat challenging, especially the last few days. But nevertheless, I am hopeful, grateful, and so thankful. So thankful. I'm feeling pretty good in the moment. Might catch me a nap later, but nevertheless, again, I'm grateful, thankful. That's kind of how I'm feeling and what I'm sipping on. I look forward to living vicariously through y'all. What are you eating and sipping, and how are you feeling? What are you eating and sipping, and how are you feeling? And don't forget, I got to ask y'all a question later. What are you eating and sipping, and how are you feeling? Let's see. Hillary says, drinking lemonade, manifesting a ribeye. It's been a tiring week, feeling a little achy and tired, but grateful. Wonderful, wonderful. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? What are you eating and sipping, and how are you feeling? What are you eating and sipping, and how are you feeling right now? And while people are preparing that, again, I want to thank you all for listening, viewing, applying these teachings, and seeing results. It's a blessing, an honor, and a privilege when your life is so empowered that it changes it for the better. It's a privilege for me to have front row seat and watch you blossom and watch you grow. And I want to thank those who share their testimonies with me. And again, we want you to, when you're ready, share them in our community, our Patreon community, specifically things that have manifested for you as you have assumed the identity, shifted into it, how your reality shifted in such a powerful and material way, spiritual and material way. All right, let's see here. Our resident therapist says he's got black coffee, sipping on lemon water, feeling empowered and peaceful. Thank you, sir, for sharing that with us on today. Anybody else? What are you eating and sipping, and how are you feeling? What are you eating and sipping, and how are you feeling? Thank you so much, family, for sharing those wonderful, wonderful, wonderful things with us in terms of how you're eating, what are you eating and sipping, and how are you feeling in the moment. Let me ask you a question. I just realized something when I got up today. Have I been streaming on like the last 1 or 2 Sundays? Did I stream at the your time, in your time zone, at the times that I set? I almost went on an hour early today. And I was asking myself, did I go on an hour early last week? Did I do that? Sometimes with the time springing forward and other things that I've got going on, sometimes I lose sight of that detail in terms of time. So let me know if I streamed a little early last week. Just curious. Just curious. That kind of came to my mind to ask you that after I almost went on an hour early live today. So glad to see everybody on today and others who are joining us whether on YouTube or in our Patreon community. We're going to get into some wonderful, wonderful teaching in just a few minutes. And I got one person who told me they can hear and see me well. I want to make sure that everybody else can see and hear me well. I want to make sure that everybody else can see and hear me well. Thank you so much. And I want our resident therapist to prepare to put this installment up. We're still talking about the oneness of God. Yes, this is supposed to be our new times for Revolution Sundays, 11 a.m. Eastern and 10 a.m. Central. Okay? Very, very, very good, everybody. Again, I thoroughly, thoroughly appreciate you, and I am thankful. Let's see. Okay, so I have been on the schedule. Okay, great, great. Just want to make sure I have been on the schedule. Okay, thank you so much. Want my assistants to go to John 17 and 21, and then John 10 and 30. John 17 and 21, and John 10 and 30. John 17 and 21, and John 10 and 30. This is part 12, the oneness of me and God. Part 12, the oneness of me and God. Yes, the oneness of me and God. We are led and guided into all truth today. So thankful, so grateful, and feeling so empowered here in this moment as we have fueled up to empower you on today. All right. We're going to look at John 10 and 30. And of course, John 17, 21, John 10 and 30, John 17, 21, John 10 and 30, John 17, 21, John 10 and 30. All right. Thank you so much, family. My assistants have put it up on the screen for me. And I'm going to put something up momentarily for you to see as well. Let's see what we got here. Thank you, Linda. You can see and hear me well. Thank you so much for that. Let's see, King James, that they all may be one, as thou, Father, art in me and I in thee, that they also may be one in us, that the world may believe that thou hast sent me. And let's see here, NIV, that all of them may be one, Father, as just as you are in me and I am in you, may they also be in us, so that the world may believe that you have sent me. And John 10 and 30 NIV, I and the Father are one. King James says, I and my Father are one. All right, and again, this is part 12, the oneness of you and God. Excuse me, the oneness of me and God. The oneness of me and God is what we've been discussing for the past several weeks. And again, I'm doing my best to close this chapter out with both of these teachings on Sunday and Wednesday so I can move on to something else. But I want to continue to underscore the ancient truth, a powerful ancient truth, that I don't want you to just believe, but I want you to realize, because this powerful truth rewrites the architecture of your being. I want you to type in the comment section right now, I am not separate from God. Type that in the comment section. I am not separate from God. I want you to type that in the comment section. I am not separate from God. Type that in the comment section for me. I am not separate from God. That's number one. I am not separate from God. The next thing I want you to type type in the comment section is I am an expression of God. That's number two. I am an expression of God. That is the second thing I want you in the comment section. The third thing I want you to type in the comment section is I am one with the source. I am one with the source. Type that in the comment section. I am one with the source. I am one with the source. So I am not separate from God. I am an expression of God. I am one with the source. The last one is I am one with the source. I am one with the source. There we go. I am one with the source. This is ontology, or this is being. I want you to understand that. It is a conscious recognizing, or it is consciousness, excuse me, recognizing itself. Let me say it again. It is consciousness recognizing itself. Now, we've talked for a few weeks, and to be honest, I've got like 5 different outlines, study outlines, 5 or 6 different study outlines that range from superficial to deep on this subject. And I was starting to get deeper and deeper, and I didn't want to bore you all with the theological and philosophical and all of these other concepts that are floated around, or that are floated about, or float around, or discussed in seminaries and colleges and things like that. I didn't want to get into that in this teaching because some of you might find it boring. So I switched in finality, or in finishing this subject, to something more palatable for us. But we have briefly exegeted, beginning with John chapter 14. And we went from John chapter 14 to John chapter 17. And then we even touched a little bit on John chapter 10. Okay. But I want to leave you with 4 thoughts for John 17 and 21. And I've kind of discussed them before, that are highlighted in the text, in what they call the high priestly prayer. And Yeshua, number one, espouses divine ontology when he says, as you, Father, are in me and I in you. Ontology is being. So he is establishing in consciousness, being in consciousness. Being meaning that he is one with the Father. Again, he is requesting that the Father acknowledge us in this oneness, that we understand and accept and embrace and know, I should say, through his prayer, this oneness. Number 2 is participatory identity. When the text says that they may also be in us, that they may also be in us, so that there would be participation on our behalf. Again, I want you to know you're born one with the creator, source, and sustainer. But the question is, are you actively participating in that oneness? The only way you can really actively participate in that oneness is to have an awareness of it. Now, you can utilize uh, powers and abilities of a divine being that is one with the creator unknowingly. But in order for you to, with specific intentionality and successful intentionality, see the outcome of something, you must participate through acknowledgement, through awareness. Number three is communal coherence. That they may all be one. A community of consciousness, a community of awareness. This, don't want to mispronounce this Greek word, perichoresis is about this oneness that we are supposed to possess with the Creator, we do possess with the Creator, Source, and Sustainer. And number four is public manifestation. Public manifestation. All right. Why is this public manifestation relevant? This public manifestation is relevant because what you and I do in terms of understanding our awareness with the Creator, Source, and Sustainer and operating in that awareness of oneness determines how we express this oneness in this material world, how we express this oneness in this matrix. Now, I didn't get a chance to respond, but I've been knowing our resident mystic for a long time. And sometimes, since he's on California time, he's texting me at 3 or 4 in the morning Eastern time. And he was texting me recently about some things and that I will eventually respond to. I didn't get a chance to respond, but he was talking about sickness and about the source's perspective on sickness. And I'm going to say this, family. I'm going to say this. What I'm going to say is, let me finish the statement, that they may believe, so that they may believe, so that they may believe. Okay. This is going to help me finish that. I'm going to say this. I honestly believe that if we were not so absorbed in the egoic interpretations of reality, the persona's interpretation of reality, we would not experience sickness, which would mean that we would operate more from a state of pure consciousness, that connection with God and that connection with all, which we may cover a little bit deeper today, that connection with oneness and that connection with all. Because in operating from that level of consciousness, number one, we would make better choices as to what we put into our bodies. Number two, the physical avatar, the physical body itself, is designed for self-repair. But when the physical avatar may have reached its limits in self-repair, we as the spirits who control this physical avatar body, if we actually walked in a consciousness and an awareness with the Creator, Source, and Sustainer of all, then we would know that we can send spiritual energy into the physical avatar to heal it. To heal it. Whereas we used to be a part of a community that blames sickness and disease on what they call the devil, which is a derivative of the symptomology of sin, or the thing that they call sin. I honestly believe that sickness and disease exists here because we believe it's supposed to exist here. Wow. I don't want to get too deep into that discussion, but I do know that I have witnessed supernatural healings, and I do know in my studies of other cultures and other religions, more specifically monks, those who practice asceticism, monastics. I do know that in their population, sickness is at a minimal. Why is it at a minimal? Because number one, what they put into their physical temples, that's really number two. Really, number one is their mindfulness. Their mindfulness. What do I mean by mindfulness? They practice meditation all day for several hours a day, connecting, watch this, spiritually to the source, and also connecting their brains mentally to higher realms of consciousness. It is in these higher realms of consciousness, and I think it comes out in the teaching today, how when we're in a state of sleep, the DMN, I believe that's what it's called, a default mode network, I believe that's what it's called, in the brain. When we go to the sleep state, There is a dissolving of a wall of separation that exists in our consciousness once we go into the realm of the subconscious, and the subconscious is more connected or believes in or allows us to connect with all things and everything. In other words, there is a lack of resistance to oneness, but there's more of an acceptance of oneness according to studies when we go on this into this sleep state. So what I want us to understand, as it's not in my notes, but it just came up as I was making this point about the text message he sent, which was found, is that there are a lot of things that we are experiencing right now. We are experiencing it because we have created it. And what do we create from? Beliefs. We're creating it from beliefs. So again, there's an order out there that exists that uh, emphasizes the spiritual over the natural. They emphasize the spiritual over the natural. Number one, they maintain their solid connection with consciousness, solid connection with the creator. Number two, they have connected their brains to higher realms of consciousness, higher dimensions of consciousness. Okay. So, and number three, because of this connection with the source and because of this connection with higher realms of consciousness, they are highly selective as to what they put in their bodies. I want you to hear what I'm saying today. And because we have not been taught the congruence of the mind and the body and the mind, because we have not been taught the congruence of the spiritual and the physical, we live haphazard lives, putting any and everything in our bodies. That means your temple is not going to operate at optimal efficiency, which means that even no matter how spiritual you are, there's going to be an impact on your spirituality if the physicality or the physiology that you are as a temple is damaged and impaired. Now, that's not to say that there aren't spiritual people who are many times, sometimes folks become more spiritual, more in tune with the spiritual when they have an avatar body that's not operating the way it should. But at the same time, even in the levels of their spirituality, they have not walked in a place where they know how to heal themselves. And many times they die in this state of disrepair physically. Let me move on to the next thing because I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. Okay. So again, this is consciousness recognizing itself. I want you to understand that, and I kind of just said this, I'm going to say it in a different way. Most suffering is not circumstantial, it is perceptual. Wow. I'm going to say it again. I'm preaching to myself now. I'm preaching to me. Let me preach to me. I was just going over these notes this morning, and I guess I overlooked that. Most suffering is not circumstantial, it is perceptual. Ooh. I got to pause there. I got to pause there. I got to pause there. How I interpret my circumstances is based on my perception and my perspective. How you interpret your circumstances is based on your perception and your perspective. Let me tell you, I've been, transparently speaking, in a place where I need to adjust my perspective, my perceptions, and my perspectives. But sometimes when your body is off chemically, it alters your ability to continue to stay focused on making sure that you are interpreting situations from a higher levels of consciousness. It's when we plunge into lower level states of consciousness lower vibrational states of consciousness, where our interpretation of situations can either be manic or depressive. Did you catch what I just said there? And if we have poor interpretations of situations, number one, not remembering consciously in the moment that I can change the circumstance. Number two, more importantly, perceiving the circumstance as debilitating and awful and bad and terrible. If I embodied that it's, debilitating, bad, and terrible, then that's going to be my experience. So there are a lot of people who are experiencing some of the same triggers and stressors that you and I are, but their interpretation of it is from a growth mindset, meaning I'm going to use my intellectual and spiritual power in these circumstances to grow and to become stronger. But if my perspective is these circumstances make me weaker, then guess what I'm going to become? I'm going to feel weaker in the circumstances. I'm preaching to myself. You don't have to be on here right now. I'm preaching to myself. Watch this. It is an illusion. I want you on here, but you know what I'm saying. It is an illusion that you are alone. This is an illusion. It is an illusion that you are disconnected. It is an illusion that you are powerless. I'm going to say it again. It is an illusion that you are alone. Why do I need to hear this? Because I'm lonely. Sometimes I'm lonely. I, as I was sharing with my love, I relish privacy. I don't. The resident therapist was talking to me more about this last week. Something that he had noticed about me, and I'm glad. I am more introverted than I am extroverted. This is what most people don't know. But the profession I've been in for over 3 decades has required me to be extroverted. The introvert, which is the predominant personality, loves aloneness, being alone. But there are times that I feel lonely. There are times I feel disconnected. And there are times I battle with feeling powerless, although I understand in this elevation of self that I am always in control. It's just like I was telling her recently, I've got to do a better job of manifesting my own reality. I have arrived to the place, family, that I don't really blame people for my challenges anymore. Not when I know it comes out of me. I'm going to say it again. I don't really blame people like I used to, or blame circumstances, situation, when I know that I am co-creating it in my own life. I want you to allow that to resonate in your hearts for a few minutes. Okay. So the illusion is that we are alone, that we are disconnected, that we are powerless. But the moment you and I awaken to oneness, that illusion collapses. And I want you to understand, and the reason why I have quoted from several different disciplines, several different religions, I've quoted from science, I've quoted from quantum physics, I've quoted from philosophy, I've quoted from various different experts. And I've quoted from them because I want you to understand that there is a symmetry. There is a singularity. There are points of unification across all these spectrums to show us that there is oneness, and oneness does literally and really exist. It's not something that's made up. It's not something that's owned by one particular perspective, one particular religion. It is something that is reality, that is a part of reality. Plain and simple. Even the physicist, I believe he's an astrophysicist, he's one of the more popular scientists of our day, Neil deGrasse Tyson, who for all intents and purposes is probably an atheist. He says we are all connected to each other biologically, to the earth chemically, and to the rest of the universe anatomically. End quote. All connected. All connected. This is a scientist who doesn't really believe in God, but recognizes from a material, physical perspective. And again, they have analyzed asteroids that have fallen out of the sky. The same composition, chemical composition in asteroids exists in our physical bodies. I want you to catch that. The same chemical composition in our bodies exists in the soil and vice versa. So even from a material, we're not even talking about consciousness and spiritually, from a material perspective, there's an expression of this oneness that exists. Everything in existence is interconnected, forming a unified whole. So check this out. In spiritual philosophy, this is the end of duality. In psychology, it is the dissolution of the fragmented self. In theology, it is union with the divine. In your life, it's freedom. 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 I want you to type that word in the comment section. Freedom. 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 Type that word in the comment section. That's a powerful word. That's a powerful word. It's a liberating word. It's a word of deliverance. When you believe you're free, when you know that you're free, you won't place limitations on your money. You won't place limitations on your love life. You won't place limitations on your abilities. You won't place limitations on your conceptual framework of God, the creator, source, and sustainer. Thank you, Pam, is watching us on and within our Patreon community. When you operate with freedom, you are going to live in a place of peace and happiness and fulfillment. And let me share this with you. In ascending the levels of consciousness and awareness, I have grown to understand that fulfillment is the ultimate mountaintop. It is the ultimate place to be. Because when we are truly fulfilled, we're not just happy, we have peace. We are settled in our hearts. When we are truly fulfilled, we have achieved the discovery of our passion. When we are truly fulfilled, we are knowingly more aware of our connection with God. When we are truly fulfilled, we are operating in a dimension that very few will know in this life. Purpose proceeds from that. Effectiveness proceeds from that. Motivation proceeds from that. Whatever those things are in your life, they emanate from freedom. But when people feel like they're constantly under duress, creating through their perception and perspective a pressure, because we create the pressure, nobody else creates the pressure. We say people are putting pressure on us. It's only pressure on us if we respond to it as being pressure. Did you catch that? The GOATs in sports. Michael Jordan is my GOAT. I don't care whatever y'all say. I love me some LeBron. He's like third or fourth on my list. He's great. He's out of sight. He's all of that. But the GOATs, Tom Brady, you might not like him. 7 Super Bowl rings. You don't have to like him. He played and started in all of them. He was instrumental in winning all of them. They will all tell you this as it relates to pressure. When they get in these pressurized situations, heard Tom Brady talking about it recently. I've heard Jordan talk about it throughout time. Things slow down for people who are operating at an elite level in whatever career they're in. Whereas everybody else is feeling the pressure because they feel like it's moving so fast. I can't adjust to it and I can't grasp the moment. When people are operating in certain realms of consciousness, high level realms of consciousness in their profession, the nervousness causes them in the midst of the play to slow everything down and make the correct choices to capitalize in the moment to eventually lead to winning the game or winning the moment or living whatever frame of life that they're in. You want to be so free that things slow down for you. You want to be so free that you're not in frantic or in a panic, but you're so free because you know you're in control. You know that you are built and equipped from the inside out to master this moment. Then things slow down for you. I hope I'm making sense. I hope I'm making sense. So that's right. There's a difference between freedom and survival. Those of us who have been in survival mode. We've been in survival mode. It's just the bottom line. We have been in survival mode. And when we are in survival mode, and it's not that people aren't performing efficiently in survival mode, because some folks are performing pretty good in survival mode, but you pretty much have gotten to a place where you have learned how to manifest things to survive, not to thrive. Lord have mercy. I want you to type this in the comment section. There's a difference between surviving and thriving. Type that in the comment section. There's a difference between surviving and thriving. There is a difference between surviving and thriving. I want you to catch that. A survival mentality is different than a thriving mentality. A survival mentality is different than a thriving mentality. Survival has a lot more self-preservation built into it. The survival mode has a lot more of a scarcity mentality built into it. A survival mode has more of fear built into it. A survival mode has more of insecurity built into it. A survival mode has more of a chaotic mentality, or at any particular moment, chaos could break out. So I have to continue to do things to prevent chaos from breaking out, because it most surely at some point in time will, but I got to do the best I can to hold it off as long as I can, type of thing. A survival mentality is a slavery mentality, where you are a slave to the things of this world. You are a slave to the system, and you are a slave to the things that you believe give you power, and the material things you believe will give you contentment, and the material things you believe will define your status. Material things in this world are considered to define status because that is a carnal, natural perception and perspective. It is not godly. It is not spiritual. It is not divine. Things do not make us. We make the things. But people who are in survival mentality tend to think, I'm going to feel better. I'm going to have a better life with more things and more stuff. And they don't understand that with more things and more stuff comes more responsibility. And this is why many people accumulate the things and the stuff, and they're still not in the thriving mentality. They're still in a survival mentality with more. Do you realize you can have millions and still be in a survival mentality? Just because you have millions doesn't mean you're not in a survival mentality, because now you're scratching and scraping to keep everything you got, keep everything you accumulated, keep everything you earned, keep everything that those businesses brought into your life. So then your family suffers neglect. Your self-care suffers neglect. Hear what I'm saying today? Because you're putting your all into continuing to survive, although you got millions in the bank. You're afraid that if you don't show up every day to do what you're supposed to do, you could lose it all. Oh my God, I feel this. Whereas if you develop a sense of fulfillment in just knowing God and loving yourself and loving your family first, seeking the kingdom of God is a structure and an order of principles, a structure and an order of an arrangement of the inner self in connection to the source, in connection to the creator, in connection to all. Understanding that a wealth of love for self is riches, a wealth of love in terms of a wealth of, excuse me, of a proper perspective on how to embrace yourself, how to esteem yourself, how to love yourself is wealth, is the place you begin. Ordering your relationship with the creator, source, and sustainer to be one that models the creator as a giver, models the creator as the one who loves all, models the creator as the one who is self-sacrificial, not narcissistic, solipsistic, and selfish, not greedy, not always chasing. You are bound if things define you. You are bound if a bottom line determines whether you love yourself or not. You are bound if a bottom line determines whether you are special or not. You are bound if the lack of money determines how you feel about you. You're in a survival mentality. That is of this earth, that is not of from above, it is from beneath. It is carnal. It is of the ego. It is of the persona. It is not from the creator. It is not from God. It is not from the pure true source. It is from the lower level, mundane, vibrational constructs of what we call the human race. It's not in my notes, it's just flowing. Can I just continue to just let it flow? Research in neurotheology shows that during deep spiritual states, the brain regions responsible for self-boundaries quiet down. This is that default mode network I was talking to you about. It quiets down. Self-boundaries, the region responsible for self-boundaries. The sense of separate self dissolves. A feeling of unity emerges. As neuroscientist Andrew Newberg explains, and this is what he explains. When this area quiets, he says, we lose our sense of self and don't see boundaries between ourselves and the world. The best way I can describe this, family, is when you have entered into contemplative meditation or prayerful meditation. Let me say prayerful meditation, because some prayers can end up in a place where they are contemplative and meditative, meaning that you come out of the brain's intellectual construct, the brain's framework of thinking. You know that you have entered into a spiritual place. As a spirit, you have entered into a higher level dimension. Let's just say you've opened the door to a higher room, and you feel like I'm feeling now, such a powerful, peaceful presence from God. And you're not hollering, you're not screaming, you're not running the floor, you're not rolling on the floor. You have literally left this plane. You have made such a powerful, dynamic connection with God, with the source, until the only thing you feel is love first. Watch this. You feel peace. You feel contentment, but let me tell you one other powerful thing you're going to feel that Andrew Newberg is talking about. You're going to feel such a connection to everything. Whenever I am in that dimension, as much as I despise bugs, I feel connected to bugs. Whenever I am actively operating from that dimension, I sense a connection to every single thing in this matrix, in this galaxy. This is what he's talking about. When the brain enters into that state, you lose your sense of self. You don't see boundaries between yourself and the world, family. This is not imagination. This is biological evidence of transcendence. This is biological evidence of transcendence. Check this out. I want to say this to you. You are not in God, you are of God. Wow. You are not in God, you are of God. Check this out. If you are one with God, you're not trying to connect to power. If you are one with God, then you are not seeking divine approval. If you are one with God, you are not begging for alignment. You are operating from it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hear what I'm saying today. Why would you beg for something? Why would you beg for something that you're already a part of, that's already a part of you? Hear what I'm saying today. And I've used the term connect to the power. That's before I understood, but now I'm operating from the power. You think you're connecting to the power. You're trying to, if I could just connect to more of this power. No. You're operating from that power. Just like people are seeking divine approval, you shouldn't be continuing to seek divine approval. You are already divinely approved. You are operating from that approval. Lord have mercy. There are so many people still trying to do the dance, do the jig for the creator, hoping that they can do stuff to make the creator more happier, hoping that they can do something to make the source favor them more. The best thing you can do for yourself to connect with the source is to know that you're already accepted, you're already worthy, you're already loved, and it is already a part of you, and you should just operate from your your relationship with it. Check this out. Ancient philosophy called this henosis, union with the source. Union with the source. Watch this. It's not about proximity. In religion talks about being close to God. It's not about proximity. It's not worship at a distance, family. It is union. It is union. Type that word in the comment section, union. Union. Type that in the comment section, union, the word union. Union. Type that in the comment section. Union. That is a powerful, powerful word. Union. I want you to understand that you are not reaching for something outside of you. You're not reaching for a God that's in heaven. You're reaching for a God that's already inside of you, that's already one with you, that's already a part of you. Watch this. And you'll notice that your power levels feel reduced when you think that you have disappointed God, which means you create this sense of separation and start feeling like, because of what you've been taught, well, I didn't do this today, or I did this, which is what they said that I should not do. So now he must have separated himself from me or itself from me. So maybe I'm not as favored and inclined to get the things that I want to get anymore. Listen, you have allowed religion to teach you that conditions can separate you, but you're not separated. You're not separated. So I kind of brought up some science behind this truth a few minutes ago. I'm looking at my time. I'm doing good. I brought up some science behind this truth when I talked about the astrophysicist. That's what he is, Neil deGrasse Tyson. I was a little ahead in my notes. He says we're all connected biologically, chemically, and anatomically, which means the same atoms in the stars are in your body. I'm going to say it again. The same atoms in the stars are in your body. And if you've heard me talk about quantum entanglement, about how on that atomic level, atoms can be entangled with each other, even if they're billions of miles apart. And what happens in one atom can be felt in the atom that it's entangled with, that is billions of miles apart. Which means what I'm ultimately trying to say is that we have power and authority over everything in this domain. We are not just spiritually and consciously connected to it, but atomically connected to it. This also means the same energy that forms galaxies forms your thoughts. The same intelligence that governs the cosmos is within you, family. This is not metaphorical. This is identity. This is straight up identity. Oh my goodness. Let me find a good place to hang my hat on today. Find a good place to hang my hat on today. We're talking about this oneness, again, which from our core, from the foundation of everything I teach, is about identity. When you know you are one with God, your identity shifts. I'm going to say it again. When you know you are one with God, your identity shifts. We sometimes on a conscious level need some help and support in acknowledging that we're always one with God, and not allowing those moments where we don't connect to the divine mind or allow the Christ mind to guide us, and we go down a path or a way that doesn't serve us well. We don't want to be defined by those decisions, and we don't want to allow ourselves to define it as a moment that I broke my oneness with God. Hear what I'm saying today. Oneness with God is a union, and you can still not have awareness of it. I want you to catch that. Again, when you know you are one with God, your identity shifts. And when identity shifts, behavior follows. When identity shifts, behavior follows. In other words, you are going to do what you believe. You're going to do based on what you think. You're going to perform action based on your core beliefs. Who's that? Ralph Waldo Emerson, I believe, who said, let me make sure I quote it correctly, that an action, the ancestor of every action, he says, is a thought, meaning that thoughts precede actions. I want you to catch that. You're going to behave differently when you are more aware and operate from an identity that I am one with God. Check this out. Psychological research on self-transcendent experiences shows a dissolution of ego boundaries. In other words, the boundary that the ego has created is dissolved. The ego creates the ego, the persona, the series of beliefs that we on this earth plane, in this matrix, learn to accept as human limitations and spiritual limitations that governs and drives our lives and causes us to think the way we think and therefore do the things that we do. That boundary is dissolved when identity shifts. Increased meaning and purpose takes place. And then lasting positive behavioral exchanges. This is psychological research on self-transcendent experiences. William James, who's called the father of psychology, called this the noetic quality, a direct knowing beyond the self, a direct knowing beyond self. This is what you and I experience, family. When we move from I believe in God to I am one with God. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. I want you to type it again in the comment section, and I want you to type it like you know it. I am one with God. This is noetic quality. I am one with God. Type it, feel it, know it, embrace it. I am one with God. I am one with God. I'm going to leave you with one more thing, set of notes in the category that I'm talking about now. I'm going to go over these notes and I'm going to be done. I am one with God. Wow. Own it, family. Matter of fact, I want you, just as we have received a sensational amount of testimonies from people who have simply quoted in the last 2 weeks, I received great news this week. Let me tell you, again, I got all kinds of testimonies from viewers watching who just said it when they woke up in the morning, who said it as they went throughout their day, who said it before they went to sleep at night, and great news manifested for them. I want to encourage you, if you have not already installed it in your memorization tactics, because affirmation is memorization for this community. Affirmation is not trying to become something. Affirmation for this community means I am already it. I'm just reminding myself of what I am. If you continue to speak to remind yourself that I am one with God, my goodness, you're going to be pleasantly surprised and wonderfully amazed as to how remembering your oneness with God is going to liberate your life. No more allowing people to put you in the corner. No more allowing people to shut you up in a closet and close the door on you and tell you what you can and cannot do. No more limitations, no more boundaries, no more bending the knee to money, no more living in the shadow of what was considered to be past failure. When you own that you are one with God in knowingness, and it becomes isness. Once it becomes isness, that means it is so resident and present in you at all times, and you will begin to make decisions as one who is one with God. This is the last part of my notes I want to finish with you today. Across traditions, family, the highest spiritual realization is unity. Scholar Walter Stace described it as an ultimate non-sensuous unity in all things, end quote. Non-sensuous means non-sensual, meaning not related to the senses. The senses to me are low level material instruments. Yeah. That helps us to connect with this physical construct. I always encourage this group to learn how to live above the senses. The metaphysical is above the physical, which means you're going to live above the senses. See, when people have death experiences, we call them near death because they die and come back, meaning they didn't die permanently that time. When people have these NDEs, near death experiences, where they died, some of them for minutes, I know folks who've been dead for as long as 1, 2, 3 hours, some a whole day, and they came back from in their testimonials. Everything they're experiencing outside of this body is real. So they can taste, they can touch, they can smell, they can communicate. Most of the time it's with their minds. Family, catch what I'm saying today. It's a higher level experience where they're not using their brain to interpret what we know as the five senses. They're not using their brains for that. They are using themselves as spirit, their spirit minds, their spirit essence, the real nature of who they are, the real essence of who they are, that's not no longer connected to this physical plane, is experiencing all of these things, including their connection with the source, their connection with God, their connection with the divine, their connection with the creator. The highest spiritual realization is going to happen to you, and it's not in a way that's not connected to your senses. With this experience, there is a sense of sacredness. There's a sense, it features deep peace and joy. This experience carries consistent features of transcendence, of time and space. It also carries consistent features of a knowing that feels more real than reality. And I'll share some of experiences that I've had even recently in our Patreon community, but I just had an experience a couple of days ago where I was in the spirit, as we say, out of my body, and had conversations with spiritual beings that are connected to my life and have been connected to my life for years. It's a powerful thing. I want you to understand that this sense of sacredness, this deep peace and joy, this transcendence of time and space, a knowing that feels more real than reality. This is, family, Christ consciousness. This is what we teach here, the integrated self fully realized. This is the collapse of separation between creator and creation. Wow. 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 I got to stop there. I'm looking at my time. I got to stop there. I wanted to get into some more things, but let me stop there. I just want you to understand, and I want you to know that it is your moment. It is your opportunity for you to begin to access a powerful awareness that you are already one with the source, with God, with the creator. And family, as you let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Yeshua, as you allow that Christ mind to emerge, the oneness, the evidence of oneness will start surfacing. The evidence of your relevance through this oneness will start surfacing. The evidence of eternal love being first given to you, secondly, living inside of you will begin to surface. The evidence of purpose, the clarity of purpose, the clarity of answering the question to the why. Why am I here? Why do I exist? As we start acknowledging oneness with the creator, we recognize that we have access to unlimited knowledge, unlimited wisdom. We have access to teaching. We have access to understanding. We have access to proper context. In embracing this oneness with the Creator, the source and sustainer, we are accessing a sense of security and belonging that did not exist in our consciousness before. I'm encouraging those who are watching me who are bewildered and befuddled and confused, or those who feel like I have not achieved, I have not arrived, I do not have, those who may be even battling with themselves. I want you to know the answers are in you. The answers are already present. Not only are you connected to the source, the creator of all things, but you are connected to this universe and atomically through atoms, through molecules. This is why when we speak, things listen to us in this dimension. It's why when we talk and speak well to plants that they blossom and grow, but when we speak negative things to them, they shrivel up and die, because you have the authority as one who's connected to all life, all systems, all kingdoms, to command it to be, and it has to respond to you. But it begins with your inner knowing and your inner connection with your creator, with your source, with your sustainer. Understanding and recognizing that you don't have to perform to be loved by the creator. You don't have to go up down a checklist every day to be embraced by the creator. You are already loved. You were born loved unconditionally. You were born accepted unconditionally. You were born powerfully, or with power, without conditions, without stipulations. You just have to accept what already is. The isness of reality is that I am one with God. Be happy to embrace that. Be glad to know that. And ask through prayer meditation to be guided into more clarity and understanding of what this means to you, so that you can operate from this place of awareness consistently and persistently. It is time for you to change and shift your identity and help others to change and shift theirs. And I say this, and I'm going to pray, and I'm going to give you an opportunity to give, because I know many of you are eager to give. I'm going to pray. But before I pray, I leave this final note with you. You are worthy. I want you to type in the comment section, I am worthy of being one with God, the creator and source. Come on, type that in the comment section. I am worthy of being one with God, the creator and source. I'm worthy. After you type it, I want you to close your eyes and say, I'm worthy. Shatataba. I am worthy. Come on, after you type it, I want you to close your eyes and just say to yourself a few times, I am worthy. I am worthy. I am worthy. I am worthy. That's it. Say it to yourself. I am worthy. It's memorization. It's a gentle reminder that you are not doing things to make yourself worthy. It's a gentle reminder that you're not jumping through hoops and running through an obstacle course to be worthy. It's a gentle reminder that you don't need to come out the other end of a maze of spiritual activities to be worthy. No, I'm worthy. I'm worthy. I'm worthy. The Creator made me this way. The Creator said I was this before I ever came into this existence. I want you to take 3 deep breaths real quickly. Inhale, I'm worthy. Exhale, any junk that brings resistance to the heart and mind while you say it. Inhale, I am worthy. Exhale, any resistance. Inhale, I am worthy, and hold it. Exhale, any resistance. One more time. Inhale, I am worthy, and hold it for 4 seconds. Exhale for 6, any resistance. Thank you. Thank you for revelation. Thank you for elevation. I thank you for realization of this truth and all who view and listen. It is so, and so it is. How do you feel, family? How you feeling? How you feeling? Tell me, how are you feeling? Talk back to me. Talk back to me, and then I'm going to release you with the shalom blessing. How are you feeling? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all like my shirt? Real quickly, how are you feeling? Talk back to me. I feel peace. Yes, fulfillment, oneness. How are you in this moment? What did you think about the presentation, and how are you in this moment? Mhm. Joy, 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 joy. Joy, joy, joy is here now. Peace, 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 fulfillment is here right now. Miracles, 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 miracles are here right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hallelujah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think there's a delay here. Real quickly, tell me what you're feeling, what you're sensing, and I'm going to release you today. Okay. Starting to come in now. Let's see here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you have sickness raging in your mind and in your body, I remind you to remember that you are one with God. And you can unlearn how to make that sickness. Faith in knowing that it no longer has hold of you, that you no longer have it. You walk in an identity of the one who's healed. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Mm, mm, mm. Walk in the identity of the one who already has it, Linda. Walk in the identity of the one who already has it. I thank you that Linda's latter days, shall be greater than the former. Thank you that now and moving forward, the rest of her life is the best of her life. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Mm. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Embrace it, Pam. Pam was in Patreon today. Embrace it. Embrace an identity, Pam. A new identity of one who has not been wronged, but one who has loved. Pamela, embrace the identity of one who is fulfilled. Embrace the identity of one who already has it all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You had to remember, I have it all. And sometimes you have to remind yourself of who and what you already are. One of the ways I learned this from another spiritual teacher. I can't remember her name, but when you're trying to manifest many things at one time, I took her advice and I started saying before I went to bed, when I rose in the morning, I have it all. And then I added it to it. Thank God I have it all. You've got to remind yourself, Pamela, that you already are it. You're not trying to be it. You're not trying to become. You're already it. You have to remind yourself of that. Let me do something with this camera and I'm going to release you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I have it all, I have it all. Thank God I have it all. The giving opportunities is going to come up. And I thank those who love to support this platform through your giving. Shalom, shalom, peace, wholeness, and prosperity. Nothing missing, nothing broken. And I thank you that every single person who's watching me, they're worthy and they have it all right now. It is so, and so it is. Thank you for being a part of this journey of awakening and transformation. Support the light through Revolution Inc. by liking, sharing, and giving. Cash App $AG Green and $AG Green Enterprises. You can also give by Zelle. Anthony G. Green at hotmail.com is what you use. And Chime $Anthony/Green/336. If you haven't joined as a member of Patreon, now is a good time. We're a spiritual community that's evolving, transforming, and ascending. If you like what you have seen and heard, connect with us. It's time to vibe with your tribe. Also take time to visit theaggreen.com for the latest developments and explore divinespeciesshop.com for spiritual tools to elevate your life. Your love and support helps keep this mission alive.